Did you figure out this week's trivia question? Well, the answer is B, heartbeats. About 3 billion heartbeats versus about 600 million breaths. Welcome back. It's now time to turn things over to our chef, Chef Ulrich. This week, he's whipping up a chicken scallopini. Let's check it out.
Today we're going to be working with a little bit of chicken. We're going to be using the boneless, skinless chicken, which is very popular these days. The thing that I hear from people is that they're all bit concerned about cooking chicken. You know, at what point do I cook the chicken so that it's completely done? At what point do I overcook the chicken? Well, by doing a scallopini chicken here, which means we're going to pound it a little bit thinner, you take a lot of that guesswork out from there, because the chicken will be thinner. When you put it in the pan, it's literally 2 minutes on each side till it gets a little bit golden brown, and that chicken is ready. I'm going to show you a quick way that we can pound the chicken nice and thin. Take a larger piece than you really need for your chicken. Put that chicken breast a little bit over to the side. When I fold that over, you want to give yourself a little bit of space both to the left and the right and the top or the bottom of the chicken. So that way, when you're pounding on that chicken, it has space to spread around between the plastic. So I'm going to take that and just start pounding the chicken a little bit thinner. There we go. We don't need much more than that. We've just pounded a little bit thinner, maybe about 1/4 of an inch or so. Let's season our chicken. A little bit of salt and pepper. There we go. Fresh cracked black pepper. There we go. A little bit of olive oil into our non-stick pan. And when you're doing this at home, cook the individual pieces in the pan. If you have a larger pan, certainly cook 2 of them at a time, but you really don't want to overcrowd your pan, because that reduces the heat that you have and you won't get that nice golden sear. We're going to get a little bit of color on there, and while that's cooking, we'll get the rest of our ingredients together here. What we have here today is some snap peas. I really enjoy these. These are a great element to have. They cook very quickly. They're going to add some crunch and some texture to your dish. We're just going to take the ends off, the top and tail them, and then we're going to cut them thin into nice little thin strips. You really don't want to put these in the pan for much more than maybe 2 to 3 minutes. They'll keep some of the snap, and also they're very, very healthy for you. Something that cooks at probably in about the same amount of time as the snap peas is some asparagus. We're just going to take the asparagus, line them up on your cutting board, about 1 inch or so. Take the asparagus tips off, and then maybe about 2 or 3 more incisions as you go along. Put my asparagus into the bowl here. Let's take a look and see how the chicken's coming along. There we go, just turn that off just a little bit more. You can see it's starting to come up nice and golden and brown. And literally the time that it takes for that to happen, your chicken will be ready. So no chances of undercooking the chicken and upsetting any of your guests. All right, so what we'll do now in the meantime is take a look at the rest of our ingredients. We've got a little bit of chicken stock that I have here. A little bit of white wine here as well. Again, the rule with white wine, when you're working with white wine, it should be good enough that you can drink it. All right, so chicken is ready. And you can test it with your finger. Just push down on the chicken like this. You want a little bit of resistance. You want a little bit of bounce. As you can see, as I touch that, it's coming back again. And that means that it's ready. Put that on a plate there. All right, so let's take some of our liquids here. A little bit of chicken stock into the pan. Turn that heat up just a little bit higher. There we go. A little bit of white wine. And you want the white wine to actually start cooking off. In other words, some of the alcohol has to start cooking off. And while that comes up to the boil, just take your spatula, go into your non-stick pan, and then slowly start to get all the little pieces of burnt chicken that are on the bottom of the pan. That's where the flavor is. At this point now we can add some of our vegetables, and I'll control what I have for the portion that I'm using. Put some of those snap pea in there. As I said, about 2 minutes, not much more than that. We want to keep some of the texture, we want to keep some of the crunch, and then some of the asparagus right in there as well. We'll season again at this point. A little bit of salt and pepper. And these are your base aromats, but we're going to throw in a few extra little aromats as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of lemon zest to this. Rub the zester up against the side of the lemon. You can zest limes as well. This is going to give you a really nice, fresh taste. Give our pan a little bit of a toss here so that all the vegetables cook evenly. A little bit of mint here again as well. Just put that in there. And you want to put that in right at the end of your cooking process, because you don't want the mint to turn black, and you want to keep the flavor nice and fresh. A little bit of lemon juice there as well, just at the end. We're adding a little bit of acid into that. And then right at the end, we've got just a touch of butter, Don't need a lot, just a tiny little bit. That's probably about a half of a tablespoon. And we're just going to fold that into our liquid here. You can see the liquid has reduced by about half, which is about the consistency that we're looking for. There we go. The vegetables are cooked at this point. Just going to take my chicken breast, add that back in there again. This is just to reheat it again and make sure that the temperature on the chicken is up to the part that we would like. About 10-15 seconds in there just to get that hot. And then we're ready for the plate. Take a chicken breast, put that down onto the center of the plate, a little bit of the vegetables, stack that up on there, and then just let some of those pan juices go right over the chicken. There we go. And again, another easy dish that I know that you can all make at home. And once you try this and see how easy it is, you can substitute some of the proteins again as well.
Now, if you missed jotting this recipe down, or if you want to catch it again, check it on our show's website, YourLifeTV.com. We'll be right back. When we come back, it's the tail end of our show. This week, retired racehorse, Better Talk Now.